Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you.
What's up? You like that? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Tuesday morning here inside the studio. Spring practice, spring football season is upon us. And if you're an Alabama fan watching us today, you have a quarterback battle going on this spring. And to be honest with you, I think your quarterback battle is probably going to continue well into the fall, at least into that early part of the season. I think before we get into a SEC or conference or P4 scheduled slate, right, we'll probably name a starter by then. But until then, probably be fruitful for everybody to compete. It'd be fruitful for everybody to compete well into early September. And I think that's what they're shaping up to have out there between two elite and very talented quarterbacks in the form of Austin Mack and Keon Russell. Funny enough, we got about 47 strokes of these two guys from last year. 47 attempts. Keelon Russell 15. Austin Mack got about 31 attempts a year ago. 15 of those, Jonathan, coming against Indiana in the Rose Bowl. We'll probably watch that later and closer towards the season. But what we're going to do today is watch both of these football players in the game in which both of them played. They both had an opportunity to play against ULM. They both had an opportunity to play against Eastern Illinois. Let's grind that tape on those football games. Got a couple of rules around here, all right? If you want anything about the game of football, you must subscribe. If you want anything about your favorite football team, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. Boy, we are leaking today. All righty. Now, Austin Mack was the clear two, seemed like, by the Rose Bowl. Austin Mack was the clear two in this game. What was interesting, Jonathan, is the Eastern Illinois game that we're going to watch, which was later in the year. This is their first tomato can. Then they play tomato can number 2 in the form of Wisconsin. But anyways, at the end of the year, they play Eastern Illinois. There's like 10 weeks before those tomato cans. You know what I'm trying to get at? This game, he was the clear two. By the time they play Eastern Illinois, they're flip-flopping possessions. Do you take away anything from that? Do you think by the end of the year, maybe it was a decision, we're going to dominate Eastern Illinois so much that you guys are going to trade off possessions? Or was that you're the two, by end of the year, we might have a quarterback battle at 2 and 3? I don't know. I couldn't quite figure out what it was, but it was definitely noticeable when I went back and watched it last night. Hey, you were the clear two. Now y'all are kind of battling for those twos reps as the game ends. All right. Hey, massive human being right here, Jonathan. We are talking 6'6". We're talking 230 pounds. And I think we're pretty twitchy. This is a pretty good plus move, right? When we talk about moving up into the pocket, we call these plus moves, all right? It's a pretty twitchy one for a 6'6" human, okay? Pretty good stuff. We never want to see you spinning out right, Jonathan, as our pockets are collapsing, which, by the way, I mean, it wasn't just Ty Simpson. It's something we're going to have to solve this year as well. Got 7 brand new offensive linemen. I think a lot of them hurt this spring, not going to be available to practice. So that's another thing that might go into a contributing factor about this quarterback battle is like, hey, who can make chicken salad out of chicken you know what when it comes to pass protection? Because our supposed blue chip prospect is the one out here getting beat like a redheaded stepchild by ULM edge rusher. Okay, so we better be able to move up off the spot and be creative. And we're good enough to do that right here at 6'6", again, 230 pounds. We're a big, fluid athlete. I wouldn't say we're a twitchy athlete. I'd say we're good enough, okay? Now, 2 good reps right here of good quarterback pocket discipline, okay? We're not bailing out. We showed you that last clip. We stepped up through the smoke, got vertical. That's where we want to be. That's where the good news is, right? Bad news is back negative behind the line of scrimmage. Same thing right here, Jonathan. Hey, that 5-star Formsby over there, whoever he is. That's Formsby over there. He no longer there. He's at A&M. He getting spun like a top. But here's what I love about Austin right here, right? We get to the top of our drop, 1, 2, 3. All right, we got one hitch. There's no need to move until we have to move. He goes to swipe at the ball, boom, pull it down, get our feet back up underneath us, and let's continue to work. Here's what I also love, all right? The reason we had to hold this ball so long, Jonathan, is we had to switch release out here at the top. Number one is going to work into a curl right here into this void in the defense, all right? Number two, Ryan Williams, the number 2 wide receiver, is going to work an out and up down the sideline. In other words, it's a play that's going to have to take time to develop. All right, watch the primary read right here, the curl. Great job by the hook curl defender right here. I don't know if y'all can see him doing a great job, rather this one, doing a great job getting up underneath that number 1 wide receiver. We've taken away the curl, haven't we, Jonathan? Our eyes are right there on it, but we've already received pressure. We're going to get rid of the pressure, keep our eyes downfield, and now work outside the pocket, try to make something happen, go pick up a few. All right? Also, not to objectify a man here. Good looking dude. Good looking body. 6'6", 230. We got good quads. All right, we're not like a string bean. We're a thick kid. We move really well too. That's why I laugh in my own head when people are like, oh my God, Keon Russell's so damn traitsy. Bro, he's 6'6". He's 230 pounds. He ain't bad either. All right, so, and he can make all the throws. But that'll play right there, all right? That'll play. This is where I think you can really see his base, though. It's in this all-22 tight cut, all right, of these stride patterns, all right? Because when I first saw this last night, first of all, good decision, good play design right here from the coach. What coverage are they in, Jonathan? Cover one. That's a good answer, right? One deep high safety. We got traveling with the motion. We got a bunch of walk down, eyes on our opponent. They are indeed in man-to-man coverage. So here we go. We got a rub down here in the bottom. Number 1 wide receiver going to push vertical. Latsir Brooks going to spray right now to the flat, get his chest and eyes to the quarterback. Okay, so we got a nice easy winner here on 3rd and 4. Great job by the coach. Let's talk about the mechanics of the football player. Here's what I'm talking about with his length and his width. Look how wide and how large this stride pattern is on him when he's throwing the football. 99% of the time, when our base is that wide on a quarterback, what's going to happen to that front knee, Jonathan? It's going to lock out and work back against us, right? That's a great answer. I'm so proud of you. You're watching ball in here. Not here. Not here. We're 6'6", right? We're so big. I don't think you realize it until you see clips like this because, I mean, that base has got to be 2.5 yards wide. You know what I mean? That right foot's on the inside hash right now, okay? It's a big kid is what I'm trying to show to you. But that's the base we want to be at, right? That's the final pause we want to be at when we get rid of the football. We don't want that front knee locked out on us. We don't want to be leaning one side or the other. We want a good, solid base, almost as if we just threw that right front hook, right? Or right jab. Right straight. I don't know. I'm not a boxer. Help me out here, guys. We'll throw that right straight. But here's, all right, so hold on. I'm not making any predictions. But if this kid loses this job, it's going to be because of 2 things. 1, he has random misses out of nowhere. And 2, the other guy doesn't. The other guy, when we're going to show you Keelon today, he's erratic because he's a freshman and he's a young football player. It's very obvious. But if there is a dunk to be had, if there's a highlight play to be made, if there's a, oh my God, what the hell just happened? 12's going to do it. All right, he's going to do it. If you open yourselves to getting shot in the face, 12's going to shoot you in the face. That's why I think he might have the most dead bodies by the end of camp, okay? I don't know if this guy will because we do miss it every once in a while. Now, the reason I do think he can win the job is because he's old enough, he's mature enough, all right? He's old enough, he's mature enough to operate the offense. A Kalen DeBoer saying from last year keeps sticking in my head because now we're in a position where we're battling for quarterback supremacy in the room. Remember him talking about Ty Simpson's ability to stack plays? Remember that? He said, hey, we just got to keep stacking plays. Ty does a great job of getting us in the right one and just allowing us to stack plays going down the field. Well, what that's saying is, hey, the quarterback's got to be willing on 2nd and 9 to take the 5-yard out so we can get in 3rd and 2 so we can convert the sticks. On 2nd and 9, when I have an ability to hit the guy for 5 yards, we should do it now. We should stack plays, be disciplined. He can do that. I don't know if the young kid wants to do that because the young kid is wow. You know what I mean? So I think if this guy wins it, that's why. But if he loses it, it's because of this right here. You're going to see later, Keon Russell ain't missing this shit. He's going to put that on his face, okay? So we can't be missing guys that, again, we are designing to win. It's a double move off of a fake screen pass, okay? We got the bubble, I believe, to the back working right here. No, excuse me. We got the tight end into the flat, just like we showed a little bit earlier on our short yardage situation. Latsier Brooks going to go step up on the toes of the nickel right here and then work an outside move down the sideline, and he's wide ass. All right, we are wide open. We got to put that on him. We can't miss this stuff. And the other thing about it, Jonathan, there's no mechanical answer, right? We talk about it all the time with the quarterbacks. If you have errant misses, normally there's a mechanical reason as to why. I can't find one right here. I mean, there's nothing we're doing improperly. You know what I mean? We're not doing anything wrong from a mechanical standpoint. We're just not putting it on him, right? That's that jump shot that looks beautiful that just hits back iron real hard. You're like, ooh. You a front rim shooter? Yeah, he had to think about it. He ain't played ball in a minute. What's going on? You ain't shot the rock?
No, I ain't got nowhere to go.
Okay. All right, we got an RPO right here. Tight end into the flat, arrow. All right, we got you blocking 1, you blocking 2, number 3, 12 yards off. Where should this ball go? Yeah, you're right. You're right. It should get spit out to the tight end. All right, I put this on here because it's just a good count. All right. Now we just get we have a grading system in football when we grade films as coaches, right? You have double positives, you have double negatives, and you just have net neutrals, and you have a single positive and a single negative, all right? This would be a net neutral. This would be a net neutral for you, it'd be a double negative for the quarterback, or for the tight end. Maybe I'll give you a plus because you read it correctly. We're reading this apex defender right here, okay? This guy right here, and he is well committed himself to the box, right? That's a good spit. We're supposed to spit that ball out. Good job. 14, catch the damn rock. Same thing here. It's another really bad miss. I think this one's us rolling to our right. Now, here's the deal. They're working waggle. I don't know what they call it, but most people in football world call this waggle. We got play action. We're going to spit a tight end to the flat. We got the high post. We got the deep over. We got another level of deep overs, right? We got play action rollout. Now, normally, and this is what happens in my opinion when a guy from the NFL comes back to college football. What's different about college football and pro football from a field standpoint? The hashes. Okay, so if we're going to run a play action rollout, we should probably be on the left hash right here, right? Where's the ball?
On the right hash.
Ball's on the right hash. So what's going to happen to this side of the field? It's going to get really condensed, right? So let's watch the tight angle right here before I start coaching the quarterback. Let's coach the coordinator. This is going to get really tight. It's going to allow this cover 3 corner over here to play 2 players, and that's not good, okay? He is allowed to sit on this and go close on Cole Adams and murder him if that ball gets thrown, which is where that ball's being thrown right now. It's being thrown to Cole Adams. But it's a bad miss. We're like 2 yards behind. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's the football spec right there. We're missing this one terribly. But if we put that ball in front of him, he might die. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bad miss. The quarterback is wrong. Coordinator, I think you forgot that the hashes are 26 yards wide in college football, and in pro football, they're 12 yards wide. I think that's what happened right here, to be honest with you. We got so much more room to work. If normally, right about now, if the ball was in the middle of the field, we'd just now be crossing the hash. Okay? We got 23 more yards to work over here. Ooh, that's bad miss. Yeah. That bad miss. Would you almost rather him? Do you think, hey, this is why I want to be in the room. Do you think that guy's right? Like, do you see him? Do we have eyes in front? Is that why you dirted it?
I would imagine he sees him, yeah.
You think he sees that corner, huh?
I would think so.
You think he sees that corner, and that's why he dirted Cole Adams? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Let's say he's protecting his guy.
I don't know if he meant to dirt it, but I think he was definitely meaning to throw it behind him. We
got more context clues right here, Jonathan. Let's watch some body language. What do you think the body language tells us about this? Do you think this is a selective miss, or does the body language tells us, oh shit, we just dirted it?
Oh shit, we just dirted it.
Oh shit, we just dirted it. All right, so we got an answer there at the end. That, by the way, is how you should do this job, I think. All of those things take into account of who gets the criticism, right? That's how you should do this job. Most people are just going to roll out here and go, damn, bad miss. You know what I mean? Okay. I think similar concept. We get a better ball right here. Oh, no. We need a better ball is what our notes say. Can't have that, right? All right, hey, ball placement is superior. Like, ball placement is paramount, I should say. Now, here, let's make some excuses for the kid fresh up off the bench, right? It ain't like we got all pregame warm-up to get ourselves right, and then we take snaps one. No, we didn't come into the football game until snap 42 in this thing. Okay, so maybe we're a little cold, if you will. Maybe we're not getting the best versions of ourselves. All right, that's the glass half full. Let's be glass half empty. Really, really hard to be an RPO guy and really, really twitchy and get the ball out really quickly when we're 6'6", right? The levers are longer, meaning the stroke is longer. Right? It takes longer to get through the motion with a 36-inch bat than it does a 32-inch bat. All right? Is Cole Adams still on this team? Because you talking about an absolute we beating your ass merchant. Cole Adams comes in these games and just gives people freaking nightmares like this right here. I mean, you're in the middle of the fourth quarter. You're getting your brains beat in out there in Tuscaloosa, and this little scat pack comes out here running around all over the place. I think he might have transferred to Vandy for some reason. My brain keeps telling me that.
I don't see him.
No? So he's still at Bama?
No, I'm saying I don't see him
on the roster?
Yeah, but let me make sure.
Anyways, hey, good count again. We see the blitz and nickel. Let's spit that thing out.
He did go to Vanderbilt.
Guy knows ball. Hey, height matters. I think height matters down here. I think Trinidad Chambliss is great. I've talked about him as being the best returning player in college football. Boy, he's sucking the red zone, though. Why is he sucking the red zone? He's 5'11". He can't see. All right, so stuff like this, throws like this get made really, really easy when we are 6'6". We're like a volleyball player that can see over the net, essentially. That's what that is. That's a net down there. That's a whole lot of bodies and a whole lot of net that can get their hands up that we got to throw over. And when we are 6'6", it's a whole hell of a lot easier, right? Just a thought down there in the red zone. All right, now Alabama fans can perk up a little bit because we got the superstar. All right, here comes number 12, Keelon Russell. Now, I think Austin Mack is 6'6", chicken and rice. I think this kid is fireworks and hand grenades. That's what I think this kid is. So this is going to be fun whenever he does get in that mix. Now, here's the deal. We do not need to be over-competitive. Now, I appreciate your competitive instincts. I appreciate your competitive intellect. I appreciate your competitive character. But let's not do other people's jobs. Let's read box counts correctly. I think we took a touchdown out of A.K. Deer's belly right here, Jonathan. I think we took a touchdown out of A.K. Deer's belly. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we did. Now, here's what I'm going to say pre-snap. Yes, this is a post-snap read, right? It's a read option. We are reading an end man on the line of scrimmage. But let's just look at the pre-snap shell, all right? Where is this overhang at? Is he inside the box or to the right of the box?
To the right.
To the right of the box. This safety is on the left hash, all right? But he's a free hat running solid, all right? This is the only leverage player over here into the boundary, right? We got really, really good numbers. This run is intended to hit in B-gap. Where's the natural bubble in their defense right now, Jonathan?
B-gap.
It's in B-gap. All right, so I know that we're reading this end man on the line of scrimmage, but everything about their defensive alignment tells me if I keep the ball, they've got leverage on me to the field, especially. Ball in the left hash, right? I got to outrun everybody to even get to the corner. It's not like I can bend it down the sideline over there. Okay? Now, here's what I will say. I think this defensive end turns his shoulders and commits himself to the ball carrier. So I understand why we pull it. But those are flat shoulders right there, big dog. If that kid can go from flat shoulders to running AK Deer down, guess what we need? We need a new running back. That's what we need, okay? So I'd be handing that ball off. I think we took a touchdown right out of his belly Anyways, hey, love it, but here's what I don't love. Don't do that. Don't do that. There are, I think I put in my notes, there are 3 major exposures to contact. He only took about 30 snaps. That's not survivable. We can't do that. All right, if we take 60, we're going to take 65 snaps a night as a starter. And I'm going to show you today 2 or 3 massive exposures to, oh my God, he almost killed you. Like, we can't do that. All right, as a high-value quarterback, we got to protect ourselves. All about being competitive. But, dude, we got to be on the field to be competitive, okay? Now, this was interesting because we're somehow early, meaning like we're ready to throw to the tight end right now, all right, but we're young. We don't necessarily trust everything just yet, so we're going to double hitch this, and now the wide receiver's eyes are back around. Here's a thing about quick game, in my opinion. If we're waiting to see the eyes, we're late on the ball. If we're waiting for the wide receiver to turn out of the break, put his eyes on us, and then let it rip, the ball's late. So on this situation, in my opinion, my notes say somehow we're both early and we're late. We're early to it, and then we wait, and then we throw, and now we're late because the DB or the linebackers had an opportunity to undercut the football. I see this a lot in young football players. Here's what will happen as he progresses, okay? He'll get to the top of this drop. He'll understand they're in zone coverage. I like my tight end stick right now, and he'll just rip that thing. That ball's ready to be ripped right now if you just do it, okay? You're in position to do it, but instead, we're going to take another hitch, and now we're going to throw this thing and watch what happens. The ball gets undercut, right? Hey, I do like the spot, though. Right, we see the ball getting undercut. We put the ball up and away. But I think if we play on time and trust our first read and spit that ball out, that tight end might get his head around and catch that football for us. Now, it's a touchdown. It's awesome. You want the positives or the negatives first, Jonathan?
Let's talk positives.
Let's talk positives. Hey, this is what I'm talking about with suddency at the position. We talk about it all the time on this network, being able to play the spot with a level of suddenness, all right, and explosiveness. This is exactly what it is. We're going to get this ball outside the numbers to the hash in, I don't know, a quarter of a second. Watch how fast we spit this out. All right, we got one of them ones. We got one of the quickest triggers you will see from a quarterback that there is. We save sacks with how efficient and how quick our delivery is. You'll certainly see this in the Eastern Illinois tape that we got in a couple of minutes. However, let's talk ball from the top. Middle of the field, open or closed, Jonathan? Open, that's right. We got 2 safeties. They're in split safety defense. As we motion, all right, 3-by-1, it's going to become even more of a split safety look. Here's the concepts. Tight end's going to push vertical and bend, right? We got that bender right into the middle. Some people call that skinny. Some people call that a post, whatever you want. We got number 14 bending over the hook curl defender and getting in between the 2 defenders. Number 3 is running a vertical right up the seam, and I think Cole Adams has got the outside vertical, right? We're running FIB, flood into the boundary, essentially. Now, first and primary read would be that tight end bending around that hook curl player and getting in between the 2 safeties. Is he open, Jonathan?
Looks open.
Oh, you gonna see it from the tight. He naked. All right. Now, the next read is to see what happens to this quarters or cover 3 corner. Looks like he's in quarters. This zone corner, hey, we got 2 threats going into his void. Does he take the vertical or does he take the wheel? He doesn't really make a decision. Both are open. All right, now let's watch it from the tight, and you'll get a good, clean picture on the fact that everybody is butt naked. Everybody is butt naked. And we're reading it. We have our eyes on it. We're not pulling the trigger. Our eyes are certainly on that tight end and that vertical seam right about now, both of which look like they should be thrown right now. They're both available for us. That tight end, we got to throw that football. That vertical seam, we have to throw that football. But instead, we pull the ball down, we run, we get it flicked out to Cole Adams, and we score a touchdown. That's all fine and dandy. We make plays. All right, but I want you to make my plays. That makes sense. That's selfish as a coordinator, but that's what the reality is. We talk all the time. We got to be able to play inside the system. Got to be able to play within the structure of the offense. The structure of the offense is creating 2 touchdowns right there. You made a 3rd one. That's fine. That's all great. Hi, yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Play on structure, play in time. Certainly talented. There's no doubt about it. Same thing here. What coverage are they in, Jonathan? Cover three. All right. Jonathan knows they're in cover three because of the butts to the sideline, okay, and the deep safety. Now, this is a lot of cushion for cover three. These nickel hook curl players are really, really far off. They're probably expecting some type of vertical seam right there. They're giving cushion. Now, when I walk to the line of scrimmage, and I know I have a hitch over here, right? And I think we're running some type of vertical concept there. But either way, I come to the line of scrimmage, I see cover three, it's 2nd and 7. Coach calls a quick game concept. We got the hitch right here to the tight end. That ball should be sprayed out right now, shouldn't it? That ball should be sprayed out right now. We have our eyes on it. They're giving it to us. They've conceded it to us both pre-snap and post-snap. Throw the ball. Throw the ball right now. Instead, what's he do? He evades left for some reason. The ex-receiver or the tight end out there is then converted into a scramble drill. Watch this guy. He doesn't know what's going on. He's going to start working a scramble drill, and luckily, he gets his eyes back to the quarterback. The quarterback's on him now. Here's the reality. This play should have looked like 1, 2, 3. There it is. Hitch. Let's go. He gave it to me. Easy money. Easy work. Take the stack the plays, right? Like we were talking about with DeBoer and Austin Mack a little bit earlier. Okay? Collect the information, know it's there, rip that football. Rip it right now. Instead, we're going to work over there and then rip it. That's fine. We got it over there. I want to see you play on time. Because God forbid that corner sees that and then triggers down, and now we're going back the other way. Which he has the ability to do, and do you know why? Nobody is threatening his deep third. The nickel is now in man match principles. Now, this is why I think he might win the job, though, because though we don't stack plays, we make them. Boy, do we make them. Couple of things here, Jonathan. Okay, they got zone coverage over here. We got 3 over 2. We can see that. Hook curl player, butt to the sideline, safety help over the top. Okay, it's a simple cover 2 structure over here. Now, a great way to beat cover 2 is to motion into a stack. All right, run some type of occupied route right here. Take these 2 defenders, go step on the toes of the safety and run a corner. That's exactly what we've got called right here. But Alabama, don't know if you know this. I don't know if their audience knows this. Alabama's a 2 calls in the huddle type of football team. If you watch them, you can pay attention to this. It's very obvious. You can see it on tape as well, right? They huddle a lot more than other college football teams, particularly on what? Criticals. It's 3rd and medium right about now. So when I see a quarterback do this, and I see the whole team do this, that's a version of can. Whatever we had first, we like it. We can run this play. Everybody's good. Quarterback likes what coach called. So here we go. Here comes that motion from the tight end. And boom, there comes that occupy route, right? He's going to occupy the underneath defender. And here comes that big boy corner. And what an absolute rip this is from Keelon Russell. An absolute missile. Again, I think this is why we might win the job right here, number 12. All right, because we're going to make a lot of these plays. That's it right there, right? That's a 5-star arm. All right. Love the back foot. The back foot somehow comes off the ground and stays attached at the same time. You see that? It comes off the ground and then slams immediately right back down. Back foot will give you a good indication of how much ground force is not only being produced but contained. Contained is an important part of that discussion too. Ever heard somebody say, oh my God, it just jumps out of his hand? You know what that is? That's force being applied and slammed. That's how that happens. I put this on here. It has nothing to do with the quarterbacks. This guy better do some shit like this year. I mean, it better be against everybody, not just the tomato cans, because you got in there in the SEC championship game against Georgia and you busted assignments on 3 plays. Okay? So I know you're this good with the ball in your hands, but we better be good on every other down so I can actually see this from you. Otherwise, Xavier Crowell is going to take your job. Let's flip over and watch Eastern Illinois. Decent athlete. Austin Mack back in here. Decent athlete. Okay. Now, I think Keelon was a high school 4x4 or 4x1 like state champion. So he got a little bit more juice than this boy, but decent. You know what I mean?
It'll play.
It'll play. I put Ty Simpson-like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just good enough. You're going to see a play later in the game where you're like, okay, maybe we can't just not pay attention to him. He's going to scramble for a 30-yard touchdown in this one. Okay? Woo, that's deep thirds. Deep thirds. That safety rolled to the middle of the field. He's almost 9 yards off, but to the sideline. He's 9 yards off and in a hard bail already. I bet we got a check down coming our way, eh, Jonathan? Bang! There it is. We need it. I need you to play disciplined. I need you to. Especially on 2nd and 4. We picked up a free first down because that sorry sack wants to drive 15 yards downfield. Play the sticks, big dog. But either way, hey, as a quarterback, where should my eyes go right here? He's already given you the answer because he's doing it the right way. Where should my eyes go?
Checking the bail corner.
Yeah, the bail corner, right, Jonathan? Because that's what we're attacking. We have this corner coming in behind him from the tight end, and then we have the arrow coming from the back. We have that occupy route right here from number 17, Latsir Brooks. Absolutely, Jonathan. If we're reading this corner to smash, right, or corner to spray, corner to arrow, whatever you want to call it, if we're reading that, we better be reading that corner. Where's his leverage? Everything tells me he's on his heels, right? He's driving back. He's taking care high down to low. All right, so let's spit it out low. Let's put it where he can catch it, turn him back into the field, not away into the sideline, so he can actually do something after the catch. Love stacking plays, man. This offense is about that. That's what they want, okay? Same note right here. Same exact note. All right, couple plays later on a 2nd and 3, we got a very similar situation. All right, motioning the tight end out. We're reading this corner over here. What's his body language telling you, Jonathan? He wants to play over the top. Hey, that's fine. Spit it out right now. On time, no hitch, no float, no bullshit. Just spit it out, take the first down, let's go. God forbid the tight end does this after the catch against Eastern Illinois. You know what I mean? We got 5 yards after the catch as well, okay? But very similar play is what we saw Keon Russell kind of hold the football, fake scramble, get into a scramble drill, then spit the ball out, okay? Just play on time, big dog. Just play on time. This note says wrong shoulder, right choice, okay? Wrong shoulder, right choice, got an RPO. Where should the ball be going? Let's pause it at the mesh point.
Should be going out.
Yep, should be going out. He is the read. All right, he's already committed to the box, as has the nickel. They're really, really cooked right now. But here's the problem. Hey, bad ball. Bad ball. Out in front, big dog. Cole Adams, demon child. Demon child against Eastern Illinois. Where do they find these white boys? Running around all over the place. Right decision, wrong shoulder. All right. Now, here's what I'm talking about. They start flip-flopping possessions in this game. Here's Keelon Russell. I think this is a wrong decision. Okay. By the way, it's the very same play that they started the football game with when he came in against ULM. All right. They like this wide jet quarterback read with him. Very similar to what we talked about earlier. Jonathan, if we were to count the threats in and around the box, how many are there?
I'd say there's 5 in the box.
Right? A 5-man box is a what box? It's a light box. Okay. Meaning if the box is light, where are they with good numbers? Outside the box. Okay. So pre-snap. I don't even have to talk about who I'm reading or what I'm reading. Just count the box. Pre-snap, where should this ball go? In the box, right? In the box with the quarterback, pre-snap. Now, let's watch it post-snap. Hell, I'd say they only have 4 players in the box, really, Jonathan. Like, there's not a ton in there. Where should this ball go? That's a keep, dude. It's a keep all day. 77 is wrapping around for this extra hat. It's you one-on-one with the safety. I don't know if you guys know how offensive run game's designed, but it's designed ball carrier to ultimately end up one-on-one with the safety, okay? We get a 2-yard gain, they get stretched out. Get stretched out because they got good numbers out there. Now, this is a big boy rip. It's a big boy rip, and this is, again, another example of it didn't matter who was back there. It's 3rd and 10. It did not matter who was back there. That quarterback was going to get some heat, all right? Quarterback was going to take a hit every once in a while. That's a good job right here. Just standing tall, not veering away from contact, right? That throw looks like it's on air right now, and we know we're getting hit right as we release the thing. So good job right there being a tough football player, not just playing the quarterback position. Great job playing on time, back to the comeback as well. How I'd say we're ahead of time right here, Jonathan. We're throwing that thing well before the break point of the wide receiver. That's a good freaking rep from the quarterback right here. They got caught with the old feint blitz, the old whoop-de-doo right here from number one. Oh, I'm going into coverage. Don't worry about me. Hot, got your ass. They were going to get him one way or the other with the hot blitzer or with the feint blitzer. So I'm talking about with his quick release saving sacks. This is embarrassing, honestly, for Alabama. We're 47 reps in. We still got the ones in, by the way. This ain't the backup unit. I don't know if y'all noticed that. That's a starter. That's a starter. He rotated. I know Parker was the starter, but he came in when Parker was hurt last year. That's a damn starter. That's a damn starter. I don't know what in the hell we got. We're not even sliding correctly. We have nobody responsible for the nose right now. How about that, Jonathan? Nobody. Not a single solitary soul responsible for the nose tackle. We love that. It's ridiculous. He clearly thinks they're in a four-man slide to the right. He thinks he's got his left guard coming over. He does not. He does not. The left guard, pre-snap, is identifying this guy. They're going two out. Y'all got to go big five. Y'all got to take the five guys in front of you right now. I'd fire the offensive line coach too, which is what they did. He'd be gone. Sorry. Fucking up five-man. Jesus Christ. Great job, Q. So I'm talking about with the quick release, though. The quick release gets this guy out of sacks all the time. It will in his career. Great spit right there. But this is why, again, it's why I think he might win the job, because this dude is going to hit the homers, man. If you give him an automatic big-time win, he's going to get to it. All right, I think we got the tight end whip right here. Tight end's going to work up, pretend to work the deep over. He's going to snap this thing out into a sail right here. Great route, 81. Great route, all right, and great ball. Boom. You know what I love about this? You'll see it from the tight. This ball's thrown really, really early, but most importantly, it's thrown on the correct shoulder for me. I want this tight end turned back around. I want his body facing north on the sideline, not east and west, running horizontally, right? So easy to put this ball way out in front and run that sucker into the sideline and have him kind of drag the two on the way out, right? Hey, great, 18-yard completion. That's awesome. Well, what happens if we can put him right there, okay? And now he can land in this position. Far more of a running position, right, than out here where I'm out in front of myself, then I got to slow down, don't run out of bounds, and then get up the field. Why don't we do all that with ball placement? It's a great job, okay? It's a great job. It's the only bad miss he had, okay, in the two games that I watched, the 12, 13, 14 rips that he actually had at it. Okay, we're working Cole Adams down here on the goal lines. Quick game right here. Okay, we cannot miss this sucker far and right and inside. Cannot. Why? The underneath hook defenders, the extra hats, if you will, are all right here. There's three Eastern Illinois linebackers standing right there in the middle of the ball. We cannot miss this inside. We do, it gets tipped and almost intercepted, okay? If we're going to miss anywhere, we better miss low and left, okay? Better miss low and left. Can't do that. All right, back to Austin Mack. I don't hate it. You know, I find myself loving some of the clips from Keon Russell and some of the things I'm like, oh, all right, we're still young. I don't hate this. All right, here's why. We're trying to work Derek Meadows right here, quick game, okay? Trying to work Derek Meadows. But what happened? Underneath the hook defender, sitting right underneath it, isn't he? All right, so now we're going to click off of that. We're going to start working back to our left over here where the tight end is. Now, when we work over there, the hook curl player right here, this linebacker is doing what? He's already driving on the route right now, right, Jonathan? So where does this ball need to be? This ball needs to be out and away from him, all right, to where my tight end can actually run. A 1st and 10 turns into a 2nd and 5. We can live, right? We can live. I can't live on 2nd and 12. I certainly can't. So I don't hate the process here at all. especially when you see it from the tight, okay? Downside hut, give me a snap. Boom. We don't like that at all. That is a very, very cloudy picture. I'm not going to wait for you to develop. I'm going to go ahead and get up off my clicks, and we're going to get over there. Now, you know what I mean? We had some options over here, but I don't hate the process, right? It's all about stacking plays. I know we're going lengthy here, but I'm assuming you guys are enjoying this. We got a free play. What do we do?
Take a shot.
Take a shot. What's he do? He takes a shot. What's he get? He gets a PI on Lotsier Brooks. 5 turned into 15. Bang! God forbid it'd be a spot foul in the NFL. Ball at the 1. Should be a spot foul. I don't know about you. I think it should be a spot foul. I don't think there's any way in hell a DB should be allowed to be like, oh, I'm about to give up a touchdown. No, I'm not. 15 yards. That's bullshit. Oh, I'm about to give up a touchdown. Yeah, you are. Reception at the spot. That's what it should be. Traitsy enough, okay? I know y'all going to get infatuated with the talent that is Keelon Russell. This kid's talented as hell too, okay? This kid's big enough, fast enough, strong enough, makes the throws, has the right decision-making processes. He's athletic and twitchy enough. He's traitsy enough, okay? I was really impressed by his ability to move. We run away from second and third level defenders. I know it's Eastern Illinois. But that's a safety, guys. That guy's got no chance to run us down. 0. In fact, we run away from him throughout this rep. We're plenty athletic. Now, honestly, this is that pre-designed rollout stuff that Alabama does. I could have sworn he was going to throw this high post right here. That's an I love football route. Thank you for taking the safety out of the equation. I thought everything about this guy tells me he's going to rip that thing. I'm surprised he did not. We scramble off and take it for 6 or 7 yards here. We get to see how good this kid moves on tape, on clips like this. There's no doubt he's fast, okay? He can really, really, really run. We even get some contact there at the end, don't we, Petey? Can really spin it. Both of these guys can, man. I put this clip on here just to watch, just so you could see from an all-22 perspective how quickly this ball jumps out of his hands. All right, neither of these guys have any mechanical issues for my money. I wouldn't coach much up. That thing jumps, okay? But here's what I'll leave you with, okay? Because I don't think we have anything else we really, really need to talk about here. We can't play like this, son. We just can't, okay? We cannot do that. We can't do that, okay? Now, I know right now we're a true freshman and we're trying to earn the respect of our teammates, and that's what we got going on. But, buddy, we will die. We will die doing this. We will not play as long as we need to, okay? Now, mom and daddy might get a house, but your grandchildren won't. You know what the difference there is, right? We're talking about transcendent, lifelong wealth, hundreds of millions of dollars playing quarterback, or we get to a second contract and our knees no longer exist because we keep taking hits like that. Hey, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I went way too long. My apologies. You just got too much work. See you next time. Bye.